Okay, so let's take a look at colour. This is the part people think is the most important. As I've shown, it's not as important as tonal value. It is still important if you're after realism and actually matching colours. So if you're doing pet portraits, that's kind of when it's coming in to being a lot more important, because people know the colours of their pets and they want it matched. Okay, so let's take a look. So here's another printout I've done. I've done it on, it's best to do these on kind of like a thick paper, a matte paper. Okay, I found to get the best colour match, or to get a nice natural neutral grey, if you go into your printer settings and just put it on normal paper, is what I found comes out best, rather than a matte paper setting. Normal paper and grayscale. So rather than print in colour, print as grayscale. Comes out like this. What you can do then, once again, cut these out, whether you want them smaller or larger, and put some holes in there again. Okay, so this time I punched 2 holes in close together, and I'll show you how I use that. Okay, so it's another tool that helps us to zero in on the colours this time. Where the other one did it on the tone, this one's doing it on the colours. It's taking all the distractions away, and you see how easy this is to use. This goes along really, or the easiest way to use this, the quickest way to use it, is to actually, all of your pencils make up colour swatches. Okay, just like that. And I've got them. I didn't do this early on when I started using pencils, but it is very, valuable to do something like this. It only takes you an hour or so. I've done it on pastel matte paper because I wanted a mid-tone. This is the colour paper I normally use. I can still use other colour papers. Don't worry that you've got to then stick to the same colour paper, but it's mid-tone, and being pastel matte means I can get a nice opaque layer of the pastel on there. You can see I've got it for all my colours. Okay, and I've got the names down on there as well. So simple as that. Here's some purples I've got with my Pitt and Carbothello. You can see I'm keeping the similar colours together. Okay. So how do we use those? Well, let's say for instance, let's bring that leopard back. And let's zoom in again. Okay, so this time, let's say we want to match this colour. So I could get my colour swatch. I could get, just checking it's in view, get my colour matcher by here. This just simple little printout. That's what I want to get. That's the colour that I'm after. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit more again. Okay, hopefully you can see that more easily. That's the colour we're after. I can then use one of my colour swatches and just move it. Okay, so say I was miles out, say I had my lightish ochre colours here. It's difficult to try and get it on camera and do it, but there you can see way too orangey colour. That's not that far off, but it's too dark, and it's that orangey colour again. Oh, that's quite close, but colour looks right, but it's way too dark, so the tonal value is way too dark. And I can keep going through, and you can really easily see now that that's not that far off. A little bit rich, I could possibly use that bit rich. I wonder if I got anything better than that though. Okay, so I can go on here, look through, bit too pink. Oh, that's close, that's really close, and I'd say that's close. One of those two, I'd say I'd go with that one. That's turns out to be the closest one I've got. Okay, So it's too dark and it looks a bit too rich as well in colour. So I look at that colour, so it's my Caran d'Ache pencils number 745, okay? So I go to my set, I get out my Caran d'Ache 745 pencil. You can see it looks quite accurate on the end. So if I put some pastel down like that, looks accurate, doesn't it? So if I use this again and get my hand out the way again, so we're not going to get any surprises there. You know, the colour swatch, we saw it, it's accurate, but to me it needs to go lighter. That's quite obvious, so that's the tonal value. It needs to go lighter, and it also needs to be a bit kind of more, I can see like a light purpley colour in it. So if I lightened it with white it would go a bit chalky, but I'm thinking like a lightish purple colour. Now I can try this on this stick, okay, on this little cut off. Try it, because if it doesn't work, I've only lost this. If I try this on my drawing at the final stages, so this is a light purple colour, put some of that in, so it's lightening it because it's lighter and it's giving it that bit of a purpley tinge. Just blend it in like I would be doing on my drawing, okay? Let's try that, see if it's a bit more accurate. To me that's really close, that's by far, you know, good enough. So that's how I would adjust the colour. So I got it really close with this. I assessed that it needed to go a bit more purpley. Okay, I could have tried a different colour and got it wrong, but this, so I added those two together and ended up getting a close match. So I'd keep those out of my set. I know all of these kind of colours like that will get it, okay? Now if I needed to go lighter, perhaps, let's move that down. If I needed to go lighter again, I may not have anything better still to match than this, and this time I may find that a creamy colour along with this pencil will give me the colour that I'm after. So that's how you can use the colour matcher to match your colours. When we're doing areas like this, okay, that's dark but got light on top, I've shown how I do these in lots of my videos. Get an area, the first your underlayer, that's the darker part. So if you look in between the highlight haze, you can see it's slightly darker in there, and it's easier to show this on videos, but that's, you go slightly darker first, and if you've blurred your image like this is blurred, you've got that slightly darker already. So you can copy your blurred image, go for those colours first. Because it's blurred, it'll naturally be that little bit darker, and then you can put your highlights on top after. Just wanted to quickly mention my Patreon channel for those looking for even more in-depth art instruction. It's packed full of pastel videos, oil videos as well, and those videos are being added to new ones every single month. I have videos for the complete beginner that have never done pastels or oils before with just limited supplies, and I take you from the very first blocking in all the way through to the final detailed drawings and paintings. I've also got some really unusual subjects as well, and in all of my videos I always take you through all the details. You see everything I do, how I create my work. But it's not just for beginners, it's also for novices, and I also show the best artwork that I've ever done as well. And this particular elephant video spans 6 hours, so you know you're going to see tons and tons of details, tips and techniques. And as mentioned, I've got lots of oil videos on there too, so there really is something for everybody, and you get access to hundreds of hours worth of videos for just $4. Now over 1,000 members strong. Hope to see you there soon.